The Acumatica Manufacturing Edition supports a variety of different manufacturing environments, from make to stock, engineer to order, project centric, make to order, repetitive, job shop, as well as batch processing. So we're going to talk a little bit about how the batch processing works within the Acumatica Manufacturing Edition. The first thing I'm going to do is go into the inventory system, and I'm going to pick one of my batch items, which happens to be Hershey's Chocolate Kisses. So within here, this is the Hershey Chocolate Kiss. Within the manufacturing tab, you'll notice that I have a default bill of material, which if I look at that default bill of material this is how I'm going to do this. I'm going to mix it, and then I'm going to mix and pour. Within the mixing operation, I need my cocoa powder. I've got some liquid sugar, and this is to make one of this particular item. Also within here, if I select a secondary operation, I may have bags or I may have a different item associated with this particular operation. Now also within here, my source is manufacturing. I can actually maintain safety stock or reorder point, but I can also specify mins, maxes, and lot sizes for this manufactured item. Now the minimum order quantity suggests that if I have any type of demand for this particular item, so if I had demand for 400, then I'm going to make a production order for 500. If I have demand for 550, I'm going to make a production order for 550, and MRP would recommend that to me. The difference between that and lot or batch size is the fact that, same analogy, if I have a demand for 400, MRP will recommend that you make one batch of 500. If I have 550, then MRP is going to recommend that I make 1,000 because that's two batches of 500. And we'll show how that transpires. So if I go to my MRP screen, and I actually have set this up to where when I come in and I look at that particular food item, so I can do different searches within Acumatica within the grid. So I've picked food. So here's a Hershey Chocolate Kiss that I need for 1,000 of these, and this actually came from this particular sales order. So I have demand on my sales order for 1,000 of these. I also need to deliver this on the 29th. And so I need to start this. I can do this all in one day from the batch standpoint. And I'm going to start this on the 29th and complete it on the 29th. Now, one of the things that I wanted to kind of show was if I actually go in, I could have created a production order directly from that MRP screen. But if I come in and actually wanted to create a production order for that particular item, you'll notice as soon as I selected that particular item, I automatically got that minimum batch quantity of 500. So I'm not going to get an option to go ahead and say I want one or two because the system knows that I have to do this in a 500 batch. So that way I can go ahead and set that up that way. Now within here, from the production standpoint, now I've gone ahead and I've created this today, so I can actually come in and say, well, I have certain constraint dates. I need this by the 29th. And then when I save this, the system will actually go out and reschedule this based on everything. And you'll notice that I'm going to start this because I've got a start on method here. I'm going to finish it on the 2nd. So there's a lot of flexibility and from a scheduling standpoint as well. But the key to this is if I look at my bill of material now, since I've put in this batch, as we looked at the bill of material earlier, these were for the 8 and the 0.01 kilograms. So now I need 4,000 and I need 5 kilos of this particular product or raw material of these. Also on here within the production order, I do have the capability to look at my totals. So you'll notice that this is just extrapolated from my bill of material, how much labor I need, how much material I need, and these are costs. And then what my fixed overhead is and any variable overhead associated to make 500, my planned total cost of that, and then my unit cost, which basically takes the planned cost divided by the quantity to produce. As you run transactions to record actuals against this, this will then decrement the variance. Now, from a batch standpoint, you can utilize any of those raw materials, and then you can actually have a next level up production order to do different packaging. So you may do these in 5-pound bags, 10-pound bags, 25-pound bags. You can have different packaging options within Acumatica's manufacturing edition as well. So that is the batch processing very quickly for the Acumatica manufacturing edition.
If you care for a deeper dive demonstration based on your own organization's functionality and requirements, please reach out to your local Acumatica reseller or contact the number you're seeing up on your screen or via info@acumatica.com.